The most
30
annoying
minutes
thing
of friends
ever is
talk
having to do
about
government
everything that
paperwork.
matters to women.
And it could
Welcome
take
to the
forever. Usually
lounge.
it's early in the morning. I don't like waking up early. If I do, I want to stay in bed, right? And it's usually hot outside, it's sunny, so I'm not about that. I am independent when it comes to everything in my life. I like doing everything alone. But if I can avoid the paperwork, trust me, I will avoid it. I'll find a way around it. I'll try to do it electronically. I'll try to send someone. Love my dad for doing the work for us, but that's just me. How do you ladies feel about it?
Well, it's a long story, but a long story short for you here is that there was a certain time where I used to do a lot of things on my own. I love doing things, you know, where you got to this point where you're like, you're independent. You like to do your own things by yourself. You like to get things done all the time. But then I reached a certain point, especially this year, is I've come to the point where like, I actually do need someone to get my things done for me. And when it comes down to paperwork, sometimes I used to say, well, I did it not because I wanted to, but because I had to. There was a reason for it. But if I would be honest with myself purely, I would just say, no, if it can be done for me, then why not?
Exactly. Exactly.
I love doing things on my own. I don't like people doing my own paperwork. I genuinely don't. And if I have to sleep over at whatever place, I will sleep over at that place for me to get the papers done.
Interesting.
I cannot trust anyone to do so, because what if the papers get rejected? What is the reason? What did they tell you? And then I know whoever's the mediator that would not convey the message properly. And right here where I would get extremely annoyed. My days will be over. Everyone's in a war because of me. So I will do my own paperwork. I like doing them. I will wake up early in the morning if I have to, forcefully, and I'll do it. You know what I mean? And it's just, I think it's easier because I know where I'm supposed to go. Even if I don't know, I know who to ask. But if I'm gonna let my dad go, trust me, I'm gonna be on the phone the whole time.
Interesting.
I am following him with my car.
Exactly.
And I will not, like, if I would tag along literally, because I cannot let anyone, I just don't trust people like that. I love you, Dad, but forgive me.
So you're still not able to let go?
Never.
Okay. Well, I never ever need to do paperwork, so I'm very happy with that. I don't need to go through visa applications for traveling or anything like that. My visa is usually on the spot. But I see my friends going through it, to be honest, having to get all the right papers, and it's really annoying. But I remember when I was doing something for business and I did need to do my paperwork, I completely trusted my partner with it. I didn't want to know. I just wanted to hear that it's done and it's over and that's it. And I know he wasn't doing it on his own all the time. He would be there when he needs to, but most of the time he would send someone. You know, there's a lot of people that do that for a living where they know the system in and out, and if you find the right one, someone that's actually good. Your papers are done like this because they know exactly who to go to. They do have the connections. So I feel like it really just depends on
having a trusted
person. You know what I mean? If you trust someone with it, I feel like you're good to go. But again, I'll avoid it if I can.
Exactly.
I cannot. I'm very low-tempered. I genuinely cannot. If someone has my paper, I would start questioning life. I'm like, what's going on? What if they use the papers against me? And what if one paper disappear out of nowhere? How am I gonna get it? And it's like there's all kind of thoughts in my head.
It happens sometimes.
So I'm like, why not just cut that? Just me, I got the papers and I just go. Unless if it's like visa work, if I don't know how to do it, teach me the way. If it's like, if I'm reaching like a dead end, then I'm gonna definitely get someone to help me out with it. But other than that, I'm gonna do everything. And I enjoy doing it though. The thing is, I actually enjoy like getting my papers done, and then I like to see the end result that I've like, you know, got something, the visa, whatever it is. I just get so excited about it. So and I just can't. Maybe it's me.
I think you have issues. So
I think so too. But
I think so. Honestly, I feel like as women, we're now independent with everything. We never have anyone do anything for us anymore. So if I do get this one thing where it's a possibility to completely let go and not have to do anything, I would love to. You know, we're giving 99% everywhere else. I'm more than happy to give you that 1%, to be honest. The last thing I ever had to do was like my passport to renew it, and I was annoyed. Let's just put that out there. I didn't enjoy the process, although it was like super easy. Didn't need to do much, but the fact that I needed to go take photos, wake up early, and go to this 5-minute appointment was not working for me. But honestly, it's giving me anxiety. Let's take a quick break.
So since none of you guys do the paperwork, but I do.
That's the problem.
But like, here's the thing. Sometimes I've noticed if you go to certain places, some people would treat you right. They will get the papers faster. They will finish it like right on time. But some people would tend to treat you a bit differently. It could be age, it could be like gender, it could be whatever it is. Have you ever noticed that in certain places, or is it something I'm making things up?
100%. Yeah. 100% agree. Yeah, it happens a lot, especially in government places. Yeah. Sometimes you have to get things done. Sometimes you have to finish your job. Sometimes you even, if you want to get a job, you have to refer to someone else for them to get you the job that you want to work for. So it just sometimes it doesn't make sense, but things work out in this way. Unfortunately. But
it is so true. It is so true.
That is so true. I don't know much about this, to be completely honest, because I haven't been through it enough, I guess. But I don't know. I think men going to, I don't know, different governments or whatever to finish paperwork, it is smoother and easier usually. Whenever I see women, they're usually confused, running around. They don't know what to do or where to go. I don't know if it's the lack of experience we have with paperwork or what it is. But I haven't been in it enough to kind of give you my full opinion about it. But I know there's certain places where you could be the most educated woman on the planet and you won't be heard or seen. You know what I mean? Or, you know, the person on the other side is just not giving you the time of the day, and that's where you do need a man to go and finish everything off, to be honest.
True. I'll be honest, sometimes it's easier to send someone like a father or like someone with authority, so mostly like, and has to be like a male authority, so I'm talking about like a father, a brother, or someone even older, because sometimes people will take them more seriously, and even if it's like an older woman, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
Even if it's older women, they will take them more seriously because, you know, they don't want them to take longer time, so they will finish the paper really quick. And like with like fathers, sometimes they take them a bit more, they would take the words more seriously, and also they wouldn't want to like play with them. They wouldn't want to like put them or order them to go somewhere else because they know they would have low temper and they would start something.
And somehow,
but with us women, will be like easier and like more of like a pushover. Like you would think of someone who's working in the government sector where they're more of an authority. Right. So you would show them more respect, and we're gonna become more pushovers.
Yeah. So true.
So that's the reason why we tend to be like all nice and stuff. But for me, I've learned if it's a government place where it's man dominant, I would go, because I know they would finish the paperwork faster, because they wouldn't want a woman who would stay there longer time. You know, so they want to finish your papers really quick and they let you go. But sometimes if it's like female dominant, I wouldn't go. I would take my
that is so true. That is so true.
Kind of true, but it also depends, because there are certain types of people. It actually depends on the personality that you're dealing with, because some of them might be really nice to you, some of them might be really bad, and sometimes it's not about just a father figure. Sometimes they actually make you tolerate things. Sometimes we come out as naive. Sometimes we're too nice, we're too kind. And you know, the father figure, or let's say a male figure, just gets things done like this easily by just saying 2 words, and you know, I'm getting this done, we're getting this done. But if I am dealing with this, I have to tolerate whatever it is that they're trying to talk about, and somehow not get anything done along the way. So it's
but also I think you need to be a hustler. I won't lie, sometimes I had to act like I'm naive.
That is so
true. I have to act like I don't know what's going on.
I have done that before.
Guide me, could you like show me the way?
Because and I know exactly what to do, but they want you to need them, so you show them you need them.
Thank you.
That is so true.
Never uncover.
Exactly.
Never uncover what's happening.
It's the opposite. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have to act like I know everything for them to like also.
So true.
And sometimes you have to have a certain like a 30 vibe or like a demeanor that you give.
Definitely.
So I think it depends on the place or where you're going. And that's why it's a long story. Honestly, that's why you need to study the situation. You need to see what you're fighting.
That is so true. Exactly. Honestly, the last time I was fast-tracked really fast was at the airport. I usually travel alone. Even if I'm traveling with my friends, I take my own flights. And I'd come back and it's busy. They'd see me alone and be like, pass through. So that's been really successful for me. Try that trick next time. But let's take a quick break. When it comes to finishing paperwork or even sometimes shopping, lines are a reality, especially also at airports, to be honest. I have a system for lines in different places. I'm not going to reveal it now. So I want to know, do you ladies wait in line, or if you see a line, you're gone and you'll come back another day?
It depends. If it's like paperwork that has to be done, then I'm standing in line forever. It could be till the next day. I'm still standing in line. But if it's like a store and I'm not in the mood, I'm going home. I'm not standing there. It's too exhausting. I'd rather order it online and be done with it. And yeah, but sometimes you're also forced to. So it depends on the situation. But for me, I just don't like lines. I cannot stand them.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Me personally, I would never like to wait in line unless that was the airport.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
Oh, that brings life.
That's the only thing. And sometimes it just really is exhausting to be waiting in line the whole time. But I just keep getting the anxiety of missing a flight because I've already missed it once.
Oh, wow.
So I just keep getting that anxiety every time, even before I get into the airport itself. So it's like, it's kind of complicated. But for other things, I would rather just wait for the next day.
Right.
I don't mind waiting for a couple of hours and then probably coming back, but then having to wait for a whole line just to get something, no.
Makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I'm a very patient person. So if I see a line and I know I need to wait, I will wait. And I'm not going to nag. I'm not going to be dramatic about it. I don't care if it's hot. I don't care if it's cold. I'm going to wait. But I have figured out ways to kind of not have to be in that situation, if it makes sense. So for example, I'm not like a big shopper or anything, so I'm not going to wait in line. But what I usually do, especially if it's a brand, I will text my sales associate, make sure he has my thing ready. I know there will be a line. I'll just text him and let him know I'm outside, and I'm escorted right away, make my payments and leave. So that's one trick. Another trick is
very smart.
Yeah, never be at the airport too early. I was someone that always would be there so early because I would take long haul flights, usually to Sydney or New York all the time, which meant that I cannot miss my flight. There isn't another flight in an hour or two, so I couldn't really have that kind of risk, to be honest. So I have learned to go like 10 minutes before the counter closes because trust me, there's not one passenger that's risking their flight like that. And I literally enter straight to baggage, get my tickets, straight into passport control. I'm on the plane all within 15 minutes.
Wow.
So that's my other trick, to be honest. But when it comes to paperwork, you know, you just gotta wait.
It's another story. It's another story.
When it comes to that, unless you're sending someone. But honestly, when it comes to lines, just be respectful.
Yeah.
It angers me if I'm at the airport and someone's like, can I please go through? I'm late. Well, guess what? Trust me, my plane is taking off in 5 minutes because I am purposefully late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just be respectful. Don't try to like shove yourself in or whatever it is. Same thing when you're shopping or even when it comes to paperwork. Just wait in line. Just be patient. I don't know. Have your headphones with you. Put on music. Call someone. Text someone. Play a game.
Exactly what I do.
Do whatever you need to do. Exactly. Yeah.
I just like what freaks me out the most about lines is just the drama that happens. Either someone's like trying to like cross you to get like in front of you, or someone's starting a fight. I swear, the longer the line, the more drama it becomes, and that what freaks me out the most. That I just want to be done with it quickly. And yeah, so far I cannot tell you what is the solution. The only solution for me is just to be genuinely quiet,
right?
Because I know a lot of people are not stable. So I swear, so when I send the line, I'm like, it is what it is. Just go with the flow. Anything happens, just smile with it, even though I'm genuinely angry inside.
So true.
But I just go with it. It is what it is.
For me, it's just the heat, honestly. When it comes down to the line, it always gets heated. And I'm like, I can't. It's too hot. Carrying all the clothes, carrying the stuff, carrying, let's say if you're flying off, it's just, you know, the weight and the heat and everything. That keeps me exhausted. So
do you know what the thing is? What I do is sometimes I let my mom stand in line or my sister till I finish shopping, whatever, and then I go to her. Even though I feel like it's rude because the people behind you, they will look at you sideways.
They can look forever.
Oh yeah.
We don't care.
Unfortunately, I go alone.
Unfortunately, really, I just make sure if I'm shopping, I'll let my sister wait in line and then I'll do the shopping till I show up.
If I have someone honestly with me, I do use that. I did that just yesterday. To be completely honest, I needed to make a return and then buy something. My friend was with me. I'm like, the plan is I'm going to run, you're going to wait in line, and then we're going to switch. And then you're going to shop and I'll wait in line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that's a good way to kind of apply, you know, waiting in line tricks. Anyway,
Definitely.
ladies, let's take a quick break. I've heard a lot that depending on your gender sometimes, or what you're wearing, what you look like, when you're getting things done, paperwork, even waiting in a line, you could be treated differently.
Yeah.
I've experienced that mostly at the airport, to be honest, depending on who's working. I'll tell that story in a bit. But have you ladies gone through that?
I mean, like, I think everyone has an experience regarding that, to be fair. But here's what my take on it. I do believe that regarding the dress code, I get it if you're going to certain places where you need to dress towards like the place, respecting the place. So I do understand, even though sometimes you don't have to be harsh about it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like disrespect me or like, you know, kick someone out of the place. But I do get that there's a dress code towards everything. But I do believe some people do get treated differently.
Yeah.
And like, I had an experience also at the airport once where my brother, he doesn't really look Kuwaiti as much, you know? And he had a certain hairstyle that wasn't like typically a Kuwaiti hairstyle. So when he showed up, and I remember like he completely pointed us towards like the non-Kuwaiti section. And for me, I was like, it's whatever. I don't really care much because I'm entering the country anyways, you know what I mean? But my brother, he was like, oh no, we're here. And then he spoke to him in Kuwaiti and he was like, oh, my bad, man. Like, I didn't really know. But like, even, it was just the way he talked to us, it was completely weird. But I know it wasn't like, it doesn't represent the whole place. Because there so many times I showed up in the airport and they were incredible, of course. But that one person, he was like, he wasn't okay. He was disrespectful.
He was not having it.
Yeah, he was not having it.
I remember having the same story like your brother, but instead of an employee, it was actually one of the people that were just walking around, and he was telling the same thing. They're like, you're not from the GCC countries. You're supposed to go that way. And I just looked at him like, okay. And I just passed through.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Some people are simply like that. And it depends on the kind of person that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to necessarily be the way that you look like.
So
some people just don't have those kind of manners that can just look at you and be like, you know, where are you from? At least ask you that kind of a question, or tell you politely, because I see it happening a lot to different countries. And sometimes I see it especially in the airports happening, and where they talk to like different foreigners in a different manner, different ways, unless they were typically from certain places. So it's like, you just have to treat people fairly with the same amount of respect that you treat others. So it kind of depends on person to another and the way that they were raised.
I think so too. It's really important. Honestly, most of the time, coming back into the country, passport control, it's usually late when I'm back and no one is in a good mood. No one is having it. That's where I always have energy. So I'm always like, hey, good morning. You know, I kind of learned that from living abroad. You don't just go throw your passport.
Definitely.
To be, you know, polite and everything. And it would be like silent treatment. Like nothing back. But if a man right behind me, you know, it's his turn, things are different. They're conversating. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is, to be honest. But there's one country that I do visit. Okay, so ladies, I don't carry a Middle Eastern passport, never did my entire life. But one of the countries I do visit, they kind of ask for, I guess, your original nationality passport, which I've never had in my life, or I've never had an ID or whatever it is. And I would have the same issue every single time I go. And the employees are usually really angry about that too. Like they're not, they make it personal. To be honest, like, no, you're lying, whereas your I know you're not like American or Australian or whatever it is, to be honest. Okay, and my friends have gone through that. My sister has gone through that. She just came back from that country, and they get really disrespectful about it. Like, what am I meant to do? You know, have to visit that country for the first time in my life, get an ID, get the nationality, the passport, just to make you happy. So I feel like people need to become a bit more polite when they're dealing with different situations, to be honest.
And like, let's just put them on again, like, that doesn't represent everywhere. It's just like certain people. It's just the ones that tend to do the most. But I also had like a similar experience, not even like in an airport, where like you know, I had to do paperwork. And it was the same thing. Like, I got treated badly for the sake of they weren't in the mood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's still
that-
early in the
As
morning.
simple as
You're
that.
not supposed to go early in the morning. You know what I mean? So I'm like, and if it's the end of the work time,
Yeah.
they're like, sorry, we're closing. Don't show up. I'm like, when do I show up? Just tell me the truth.
Somewhere
I feel
between
like
10
I know
and
what
11.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Somewhere between 10 and 11.
Yeah,
and
that
even
is so
that
true.
time-
That's the golden hour.
And even that time, they take breaks. And I'm
Yeah.
like, could you tell me
When you work.
Yeah, yeah. And before like 1 o'clock hits, they're already done.
Yeah, absolutely. But girls, we can talk about this forever. So let's just take a quick break. So talk about paperwork, the things that has changed so much, and I'm so grateful for this kind of change, is the application side, where like things been nothing but amazing. They've been way easier. Life been treating me so well. We don't need to do paperwork no more. Most of the paperwork is over. It's done. It's everything is in the application. And again, I'm so grateful because I'm genuinely shocked. So many paperwork that I didn't. It literally just sent me a text that your paper is done, and I'm like, I didn't even apply for it. And
I
it's already
know.
done. Yeah. So like, could you guys tell me about your experience with this application?
Well, life's definitely been easier. Like, I definitely don't have to go to the doctor and get like a sick day, sick leave, for example, because that's one of the things that really does exhaust me in life. Having to go to get a sick leave from the doctor, coming back, and then giving it straight to, my work. Whereas, like, I have these sick leaves where I can just simply do them online and be done. And that's it.
Right.
Especially when I'm traveling. Sometimes it gets difficult. Some days where I can't really come back, my flight gets canceled or something like that, some kind of a problem or an issue arises. You can actually do that online instead of having to have a problem where you have to visit a certain place or like a government place where you have to get your stuff done. But now it's like much more easier, especially when it comes down to renewing your license or your license plate, whatever it is.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, honestly, it's making life way easier. We're not having to personally go anymore, wait in lines, or do anything like that. And honestly, it's taking a lot of heaviness off of us, to be honest. As you said, like things we would need to, like, for example, when I'm sick, the last thing I want to do is actually go to the doctor and get like my sick leave. And now that I'm able to do it through the app, it's so easy. And I like that things are digital. With my company, everything is digital. We don't deal with paperwork at all. Everything's online. We're all connected. I prefer that. So now that we're able to have that kind of system, honestly, I feel like it's perfect. Especially for married people too, with children and everything. I've heard that it's been way easier.
Yeah, it is so true. But put in mind, it's not like it's just for us, but also for the employees themselves.
Right.
Do you know how much heavy it is for them to get like customers or like consumers every day?
Especially the papers.
The paperwork. And then you talk about how many people in the country. And like, it's just so much load on them, the employees themselves.
Yes.
So I'm really grateful for both sides that they're resting. But for what you've been saying about talking about like the marriage and like the children, there is this thing where they get the paperwork done for the children from the minute they're born to like their certain age, but everything is taken care of in the application, which is incredible. I didn't even think about that.
I had no idea.
That is so cool.
I had no idea.
But also, I genuinely, because like when the marriage situation process started for me, I genuinely didn't know anything. I didn't know what to go, where to go, who to ask. And even though and even the process is different from my brothers to me. So it was genuinely out of nowhere. I was sleeping, I woke up, I received a text. They're like, oh, your blood test is next week at that appointment. I was like, hooray, thank you, God.
Okay.
I went to my appointment. I came back.
I love that for you.
I swear, 3 days later, they're like, oh, your paper is done. Everything is good. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. And then like everything was done through the application itself. And then even when like the paper is done, like the marriage contract, it was fully in the system. I just generally just received it on the application. I'm like, wow, it's out there. And they're like, if you want it for your ministry to update your marital status, easily just press on that button and you're good. And I'm like, how life's so beautiful at this point. How incredible this is for all of us.
Exactly.
But yeah, I had so many great experiences with this app, and it's been so easy. And even for like the passport, because it used to be a hassle. I used to give it to my dad, and my dad has to go everywhere.
Right.
And then he would give it. He's like, wait a week or two. And I'm like, Dad, please. And I'd be begging.
Yeah.
But now it's just, I can only apply online, and then I go to this center.
Just pick it up.
Yeah, just go pick it up. Exactly. And I'm like, I could have updated my passport a long time ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, compare the things that we used to do before and the amount of time that we
hardship.
the hardship, even the amount of people that we used to go, we used to make a mess, like whether it was governmental, like whether it was like wherever it is that you want to go to finish off your paperwork, it was a hassle.
Right.
And on top of that, people kept missing a few paperworks, and kept other people waiting on the line for days and months. And sometimes, even if you give out your paperwork by yourself, you go there, suddenly it's missing. And sometimes it's not their fault, it's just that there's a lot of paperwork. So now it's like everything's done in the system, everything's going perfectly. Now everything can be seen, and it is documented. So it's much better than it used to be. Comparing then and now, way much easier, just like, you know.
So true.
Yeah.
And do you know how many trees are we saving?
I love that.
On top of that.
On top of that, definitely.
Do you know how many trees are we saving? Like the paperwork they used to take. How many papers? Every single time I do some paperwork, they need like several. We're talking about 10 papers, your civil ID, and then this and that. But now it's like it's unnecessary because everything is in the system.
Everything is
which
online.
Is incredible. Yeah,
exactly. But God forbid your phone dies. It is over for you.
I guess we'll never know.
Exactly. I was someone that would never worry before if my phone died, because I had my bank card, I had my ID, I had everything. I was good to go. I was ready.
Yeah.
Now, if it dies, the anxiety is off. I can't pay for anything.
Exactly.
I cannot show my ID. I cannot do anything. I already had issues with wallets. I never liked wallets.
I was just gonna ask you that because I'm
not a wallet person.
I don't trust
no. I wasn't like 10 years ago, and I'm not gonna be today.
Okay.
So now that it's all like on my phone,
yeah,
I like carry a portable charger with me. So carrying more heavier stuff, I think. But
like
I'm glad.
It's better than losing actually your real credit cards.
So true.
Because like sometimes you'd lose them, and then how to retrieve them, it's way more difficult.
Exactly, especially if you're traveling or something. I feel like we have all gone through that, where either your card has been stolen, you forgot it somewhere. I am legendary for forgetting my phone places, or laptops even. And you can do that in Kuwait. Not advisable to be done in foreign countries, to be honest. So I feel like now that like my legal documents are at home, I am more comfortable with losing my bag. My phone is in my hand.
Let's not lose bags.
Let's not lose bags. Because the things that we have are expensive.
That is very true.
So true. But also don't forget about like the fines that we get to pay for. Like you talk about like car fines and tickets.
Yeah.
We don't have to deal with that no more. It's always online, and you get it like a text.
That is so true.
I am the next day.
Yeah. The next day.
It's really
then above the limit, the speed limit. So you're getting a ticket, and you would pay it happily with a smile on your face.
At least you're aware of it. So.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, so true, because you don't want it to like pile up, because usually that what happens because you don't really know.
Yeah.
And then you go check, and then you're like you have 1,000 on top of you. But now you don't need to do that.
Definitely.
But anyhow, we've been talking for way too long. So how about we end it right here?